Hey there again, this is Grant with VGI, and today we're going to talk about the game idea, The Broken. Now, this idea is set in a psych ward, at least at first it would be. Later on you could travel to different cities and explore a good bit, but at first at a psych ward. Now, for main characters, there's going to be Tim, a schizophrenic, and Peter, who has PTSD, anxiety, and a whole host of other illnesses in that realm. Now, both characters are going to have special abilities. Tim has the ability to give anyone around him the delusions he sees himself, and Peter can make anyone around him incredibly sad and demoralized to the point where they want to kill themselves, or can do the reverse. Anybody around him he can make feel a hell of a lot better. Basically remove any kind of depression or negative feelings at all. Finally, the storyline. Now this revolves around Tim and just him being sick and tired of how he always feels kind of pitied, not just him, but the other character in the game too, Peter, the individual that has PTSD, being kind of babied and always being made to feel like they're broken and that they could never survive in society and just being defined by their issues. And this infuriates him because he knows that himself and Peter have amazing abilities that they've never told anybody about because they're worried of how people will react. But it infuriates him nonetheless, and he decides to escape the psych ward. Now, Peter begrudgingly follows along. The only reason why he's not as stoked about it is because there's a fundamental difference between their two abilities. And whether Tim's abilities, he just makes other people see what he sees. When Peter uses his abilities, the only way that he can actually feel better and his world can get a little bit more positive is if he makes other people around him feel horrible and he can feel better himself. The only way that he can actually do good in the world is by taking on everybody's misery. If he tries to save somebody that's about to commit suicide, he has to take on how that person is feeling right before they commit suicide to save them. He goes along more than anything just to be with his friend, and it's their two adventures, doing good in the world and basically making a mark, and that contention that Peter's there for Tim, that he wants to have his back, but it's not as easy for him. So it's their journey to prove they're not broken. That's pretty much it, everybody. And if you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. And if you guys have any game ideas in general, share them. And I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to like this idea if you want to see it made into a real game, and subscribe so you know what games are right around the corner.